My name is Naveed Mulki, and yeah, I can't believe it either. So I don't blame you guys at all. But yeah, I'm here because I'm a cyclist. Um, I'm a cyclist who went from Kashmir to Kanyakumari with a train, and I took 145 days to go through 7,000 kilometers to 10 states, 3 union territories. It was crazy. And we had a lot of different terrain, from Himalayas to the deserts, everything possible. But another thing which people kept joking about before I went was it's all downhill. You're starting from Kashmir, so it's all downhill to Kanyakumari. No, no downhill at all. I'm very, very furious about that. All uphill. I don't know where I was going, but it's all uphill. So essentially, for me and for my friend Rishabh, it was a journey of a lifetime. This is a photo when we started. It's in Khardung. It's the highest motorable road in the world. And we both started. We look really calm and pleasant, but I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. I don't know what to expect in the future. I have no clue. And it really worries me at that point of time. And we're shivering also. So how do we prepare? It's my first question I got a lot. And this is exactly how I prepared. A lot of chai. Secret for my energy. A lot of chai. And a lot of conversation comes with it, so it's perfect. And so basically that means I was utterly unprepared. I had no idea what I was doing. I just left everything behind and I said, okay, let me go cycle across the country. That's a photo of me in my room. One day before I left, I knew I had to use a lot of tents along the way to save money. I had no idea how to pitch a tent. This is a failed attempt. I've passed out on a beanbag, if you can see it. And my mom was really scared because she thought I'm going to carry the beanbag as well. So she was really scared. So how do we feel is a question I got. A lot of pain, everything hurt. And again, I repeat, no downhills, all uphill. It was quite crazy. Essentially, we were really overwhelmed. So it was a really overwhelming feeling. You know, it was much beyond us. We felt really small. So it was much beyond us. This is a photo of me in Ladakh. So the photo looks like I'm holding up my hand and saying I've conquered a mountain and everything. It's not true. It's me saying I can't feel my hands, Rishabh. I can't feel it. What are we doing? And why are we doing this? What is wrong with us? Why are we doing this? So why did we do this? Right? A lot of things. The adventure part went out really quickly. So I thought, oh, adventure, by the went. But then there was a lot of things we wanted to know. We wanted new ideas. We wanted perspective. We wanted to learn. We wanted to do a lot of different things, new experiences. We want to have conversation with everyone. We wanted to talk to everyone. And we want to see how our country works. We are a country which we absolutely love. Essentially, we want to learn something new every day. Every day was something new we wanted to learn. So what did we learn? Humility was the first thing. I felt really humbled. So it was the third day of my ride, and I see these two lovely kids in Ladakh who were there walking from school. And I said, I want to see your school. And I was with my goggles and my helmet, and I looked all like a professional cyclist. I'm not, but I look like it. But I went there, and I said, where's your school? She's like, oh, come follow me. So I went outside, and suddenly you would see endless space. I can't see a school anywhere. Like, where's that school? And that kid in the most cutest voice said, behind that mountain. And I was like, what? You walk all the way? And yeah, it was really humbling. And I really felt any airs of me cycling across the country just vanished after that. But we learned a lot of things. Like we take a lot of things for granted. That's the first thing I noticed. In Rajasthan, you can't go more than 30 minutes without seeing a woman with a pot of water walking for 3-4 kilometers. You know, it's really terrible. And for one pot of water, they have to walk up and down 3-4 kilometers, and we waste so much water. In Gujarat, there's a town which has a phosphorus factory. It smells terrible, and I was there for 15 minutes, and I was struggling. And I smelled terrible, so it was quite crazy. But we take so many things for granted, like water and air and such basic things, which we shouldn't. And I also learned a lot about passion and hard work and commitment from people like him. Sanket Pashte is a 14-year-old guy. He's wonderful. So I was going through this small little village called Pavas in Maharashtra. And there he was, you know, the normal village of India. And there he was practicing archery. And I thought I had gone mad or something because of the cycling. But I talked to him, and he actually worked through 3 jobs, helping people around the village and the next village to save up 75,000 rupees for that archery kit. and he doesn't even have a house. And now he's in the national. Now, as I checked, he was in the nationals in the archery department, and it was fantastic. You will see him in the Olympics very soon. He's a wonderful, wonderful kid. Thank you. Yeah. Another thing I experienced was to be uncomfortable. I'm from Bangalore and I'm really comfortable there. Even the traffic, I'm just like this. To just see so many things going wrong around you in a city and things like that, and you don't pay attention to it. You just say it's part of the chaos. It's the Indian chaos. But when you're here out on the road, it's just you. It's the issues that you're uncomfortable with, and you have to deal with it. And so, what made us uncomfortable? There are a lot of issues, apart from the normal issues like corruption and suicide, farmer suicide, which you've seen on the news. There were a lot of other issues that really shocked me, like the Parda system still existed, untouchability still existed. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it took me a long time to get over that. There was a lot going wrong, essentially. This is a salt farmer in the run of Kutch. So whatever salt we eat, the 75% of the salt on this country come from here. And they are exploited by middlemen, by the government, by everyone there. And they're the only ones who are actually producing the salt. And they're termed illegal by the government. So it's quite ridiculous. And they get 10 paise for every kg of salt that they make, when the rate of the salt in market is 10 rupees, which is insane. So what do we do about it? So the first thing I thought about was just being really helpless. So I just had a lot more chai, but I was helpless. This was a bad thing. So we wanted to do something. So I looked out for avenues. We try to talk about it, try to spread the word on our Facebook page, on our blogs. We try to talk to people about it. And then in the end, we turned to locals to see if something's happening. And we were really surprised. We discovered real solutions, like wonderful solutions, innovative solutions. I want to tell you this experience where I was in Maharashtra in a drought-affected place. So one of the farmers comes to me and says, "Do you want to have a bath?" I was first offended because it looked like I needed a bath, but I was surprised because there was no water there, and like, how the hell am I going to have a bath there? So he said, come with me. So we walked across this barren field. There was this well, and he very calmly says, "Go into the well." And I'm like, "Go into the well? Are you over there?" And it's pretty deep. It wasn't a small well. So I climbed down, and then I didn't know what to expect when they started throwing water on me from top, which was really funny. But then what they do is they use that water and they filter it in a very ingenious local process, and they use that water again. So they recycle the water in a very simple, simplistic way, which is quite brilliant. And I could use that bath, so it was good. So a lot of things surprised us. So what surprised us the most? It was the people. So when I started, everyone said, "Oh, you're going to get mugged in Haryana, you're going to get beaten in Delhi, you're going to get this." Every state had a different thing. But none of that happened. I didn't feel threatened even for a second. Everyone came out and said, "You can have food from us, you can take water, you can take," they shared everything from their houses to everything. Even that salt farmer, the photo you saw, the first thing that lady did was put out a bed and said, "Do you want some water?" Which was amazing because I was completely stunned. And their pride, the pride in what they believe in. For example, when people tell me, if you had gone to Tamil Nadu and didn't know Tamil, people would look at you, they would ignore you and they would not talk to you. But they would laugh at me, but they would be patient. They would try to teach me Tamil. And there were two old ladies. One was trying to teach me Tamil, and she was being very patient. And then I repeated her, and she was like, "Oh, very good, very good." And then the other lady says, "Oh my God, how will he marry a Tamilian now? He doesn't know enough Tamil." So she was really worried that I didn't know enough Tamil to marry a Tamilian. I'm working on it, by the way. So it was brilliant. So everything was inclusive. Everything that they had, everything that they made it a part of, them. There was a whole big environment where everyone was a part of it. Like if I told people in Maharashtra that people in Rajasthan or across the country have been really good to us, they would be happy. They would be curious. "Oh, tell us more. Tell us more." There was no, you get treated here better. You get treated there better. There was none of that. They all wanted to know more, which was incredible. So what has been my biggest realization? That I have been the cynic. I used to think that I can go, that I'll go to places and get cheated, I'll get this and that. It's all very normal part of India. That is India. But now if something goes wrong, I see the news now and I see something going wrong, it shocks me. I tell my mom, like, "It's happening in India, can you believe it?" And she's like, "Yeah, this happens every day." And it's a complete turnaround, and I realized that I have been the cynic, which is quite astonishing to me as well. And I also realized that there's great hope for the future. There's a lot of cynicism all around, and I was a part of that. But there's great hope for the future, and it lies in all of you, in all of the people around. Just go out of Salem, go out of, see the people you've met today, the people who've talked, incredible people who have never, had the opportunity to interact with before. So it's wonderful. There's wonderful hope. This is a story I want to share with you. So I really stupid romantic traveler thing where I would leave a 1 rupee coin everywhere. It was actually done by Marco Polo, the traveler. So he would leave something small in every place for the next traveler to find, and then be happy that he found something to give him some hope, because he knew traveling is not is a lot of pain. So I put this 1 rupee coin everywhere. And when I reached Bangalore, and I was totally out of the journey, and I said, okay, in the cities, I was under the impression that in the cities nobody cares. I can walk with the arrow in my head and nobody would care. So I thought, okay, I just was cycling along. I was 2 kilometers away from my house after 6,998 kilometers. And this is a man comes and stops on the bike, and he says, what are you doing? And I said, I'm cycling, I'm almost home. So then, don't feel bad, but here, take this 100 rupee note from me. I said, no, I can't take your money. It looks like I need it, but I can't take your money. But then he said, no, I can't travel. Very sincerely, he said, I can't travel, but I see you traveling, and it's my sincere hope that I can enable you to travel, and I can travel through you. 2 kilometers away from my house, I've never imagined such sincerity, such brilliance, such want to share so close. Enlightening for me. So what would I like to share with you folk? Travel everywhere, wherever you can. Just travel, because it's one of the most amazing things. And there's a wonderful quote which says, "Travel turns the mirrors that surround you into windows," which is so true. Because I used to look a lot into mirrors, even though my hair looks like this. I used to be surrounded by mirrors. But when I travel, it goes beyond you. You become small, and it becomes a much bigger thing than you, and it's a wonderful feeling when you're part of something much bigger. And only travel can do that to you. Another thing I want to share is to get uncomfortable. So you have to, get out there, get on. Don't be in a space where you have to just go through the routine and do the same things and be really comfortable with it. And even complaining is very easy, I think. So get out there, do things that you wouldn't like doing, and if you enjoy it, you'll love it. Try not to do too much downhill, I warn you. Even though there's no downhill, I'm just kidding. But try not to do it. Try go uphill. Try the struggle. The struggle is satisfying. Get a cycle. That I would have definitely said. You know it. And the really funny thing is, I was coming to Salem the first time I used a bus after a long time. After 5 months, I came in a bus to Salem from Bangalore, and they played this Tamil movie, which I mentioned yesterday. They played this Tamil movie with a bus accident in it. I mean, yeah, what a perfect movie for me to watch, right? I'm looking at it. I'm missing my cycle already, and I'm looking at this super slow motion bus accident thing happening. And yeah, it was not a good welcome back. So I'm going to cycle everywhere on. And another thing I want to share, another beautiful thing, is that when you would cycle from a border to another border. So you guys all travel in car and bus and bikes and everything. So when you were cycling, we were so slow. We're really slow, by the way. So if anyone asks you, what race did you win? I didn't win any race. I'm really slow. Sometimes I would think the meter is not working, but it was actually 0 or 1. But when you pass through a border from one state to another state, it is the most beautiful feeling, because you would see complete change from people, the way they talk, the way they the food, the way they dress, everything. It's so incredible that you just move past this superficial line border, and then you see so much change. So much is different. So much wonderful, and people are so accepting. They come and say, "You came from there, so what do you do there? What do you do there?" And then you say, "Come, experience this, experience that." So I want to share that people like to make it differences. This issue, that issue. Across the border, you have. That's better, this is better, but none of that actually happens. People are actually embracing. It's a tolerant society is a wrong word, I would say. Tolerance is a very harsh word, I would think. It's a country where people embrace every other differences rather than to separate people through it. That's the greatest lesson I have learned. And in a country like India, where there's so much diversity, in a country like India, if it can work, if people can be so incredible, and to a really, really boring cyclist like me, then I do believe that if India can work, so can the world. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much.